Cranky Rabbit here, and that's Expol on the broom there. He's supposed to be sweeping up the place, but he's not doing a very good job. But more importantly, he's a good listener. I was talking to him for over 10 minutes before, and basically recapping what on earth Mike and company were bloogling on about in the Make Music Your Life workshop, which was basically the one mission from the 25th to the 31st of October 2021. So there I am, I'm staring at this video and I'm already feeling defeated and thinking, oh my god, I can barely cope with 7 minutes of Mike talking. I had to listen to this for 2 hours. But wait, you can speed up the videos or just skip your way through until you see instructions, which is basically what I did, because I'm a bastard like that. I'm only interested. You've got something for me to do? Tell me what to do. Don't give me a mile-long cock and bull story. I'm not interested in all the thrilling exposition. I don't care about the thrilling prologue. I don't care about your life story. You want something from me? Tell me what you want, so I can give it to you and make you go away. Anyway, he started off with this one question right here. Actually, let me zoom in on this. Here it is. He asked, what's your music moonshot? The thing that you would love to do with your music, but you believe is impossible. You made it quite clear. This is what you want to do with your music, but you think it's impossible. And the first thing he had us do was just splurge it out. Write it all down over 10 minutes. Just free writing. I actually had to stop and then rewind the whole thing, because the first time I did it, I ended up going into a frankly depressed and self-loathing rant. Totally useless. Useless, because we're talking here about the moonshot, not about, oh, I love this, I can't, there's no freaking point. None of that. Then, afterwards, I think it was about 20 or 30 minutes later, after the 10 minutes were up, he asked us to write down all the problems stopping us from reaching our moonshots. What are all the problems? 5 minutes, you got to go. And for some people like me, that was a bit more time than we needed. Some people might have still been writing by the time was up. All the problems, every single one, as and when you thought of them, blah, 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 blah. And I came up with a fairly reasonable laundry list. Then he did this. He told us to consolidate those problems. Perhaps not in exactly those words, but that's what he did. Because a lot of the problems that I'd written down, myself personally, as an example, were just different ways of looking at the same problem, like the three blind men and the elephant. You know that story? Three blind men are traveling along and they encounter an elephant, and one of them discovers its trunk, which he says, oh, an elephant's like a snake. Another one runs his hand over its side. Bloody hell, an elephant is like a wall. And the third one says, you're both wrong, an elephant is like a... No. Both wrong. Wrong. I'm touching an elephant right now. And it's almost exactly like a tree, because he's got his hand on his leg. You know. But of course, when you're caught up in problems, you can get blind to that sort of thing. Consolidating those problems, I soon discovered that I only had a few problems. 4, as a matter of fact. And step 4 was to pick the biggest 3 problems, the ones with that would have the most impact, ones that if I was to deal with these problems, I would be making big strides. For example, so from top to bottom, my number one is, I'm going to be honest here, I don't have much self-belief. I am racked with self-doubt. I often go into things and I think, is this really worth it? Why am I doing this? I mean, it's like kind of like in a sandbox game, Minecraft, say. Okay, I finally got iron armor, I've got the diamond pick, I've managed to build a nether portal. Do I really want to continue? Do I really want to stay here? Is this the best I can do? Do I really want to go any further? Do I give a grey, green, greasy goddamn about killing the ender dragon? You know, that sort of thing. Only this is in real life, where the dragons are far more difficult to kill and far more important. So I've got to work on self-doubt. I've got a lot of work to do on that. But I'm seeing it. But I'm going to do something about that on Wednesday when I see the doctor. And just under that, I don't know how to market myself. That's my second problem personally. I don't know how to market myself to fans, to business contacts, to potential collaborators. And when I say collaborators, I'm talking about maybe DJs or producers that we might be able to bounce things backwards and forwards off. Or perhaps somebody's doing a music festival. Do they want a DJ to fill in some of the time? Because I could always front up if you've got the PA system I can plug into, which is actually leads into my number 4. There's some of the critical pieces of gear I need for a minimum DJ set before I can set out and do gigs, which I don't have, because I'm one of those people. I don't like having to beg and borrow equipment off people, because I might forget that I've actually begged and borrowed it, and then they wonder, why haven't you brought my stuff back? Whoops. But the third one is actually pretty interesting. I still need to figure out my unique sound, because I've got Cranky Rabbit, which is pretty much a generic dance sound. I'm not quite sure what that is yet. So Cranky Rabbit needs to be refined. I need to listen to the music that I've made in the past. What are the bits that have worked? What are the bits that are common to it? And obviously work for me. Invisible Nudist, I need to figure out a workflow for Invisible Nudist. Somebody has asked me after something I said. You're going to laugh. Somebody in Second Life, I think it was Beta Bates. I went to see them at Fracture last Wednesday, I think it was, New Zealand time. How are you doing? I was been getting over sickness early October and fairly depressed, and of course we've got the swollen, infected rectum of Christmas looming over us all. Oh, hey, could you please make us an EP called The Swollen, Infected Rectum of Christmas? Me and my big mouth. Hey? Me and my big mouth. So I'll definitely do that Invisible Nudist. So now I've got to get back into the spills of automatonism, and finding other bits of stuff that I can put in that sort of ambient drone, avant-garde music, concrete. We're just playing concrete music. Bollocks. So that so that Beta and friends will know what to expect when that big red sack comes sliding down the chimney again. And of course, what's more, I've got another guy in my head, another musical voice, and I don't know who it is. It's not quite Chris Knox. It sounds more like the singer from The Wedding Present. I'm going to have to look them up to hear him better. But for some reason, he's sort of muttering away I mean, okay, it sounds more like corduroy by the wedding present, but I'm going to have to chase him down. Anyway, hopefully this video has been a lot shorter than the original blurgle I was going to commit to you, and you would have had me committed because you'd see me writing on the board and talking to a toy penguin. A toy promotional penguin. I don't even know what Expol is. Sitting on a broom. I'm the Cranky Rabbit. And I'm just going to shut off now before the men in white coats come.